Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nexus Commentaries. I will be the host tonight. I go by Majesty, and with me tonight, represented by Rabies Facts. Rabies is a preventable disease. Is Speedymon.
Hello, guys. My name's Speedymon. It's great to be here. I was brought here last minute from Majesty, and I'm excited to be co-casting this event with him.
Yeah. So, for the teams we have tonight, we have A-MEI-ZING versus Dread Pirates. There is a single map win difference between the two teams, even though there is a 2 rank difference. So, that's exciting. Should be a pretty close game in heroic difficulty.
And I'm very excited to see this.
We have the map bans. We'll see how many of them show up here. I've been having issues with this screen, but we have Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple banned out by A-MEI-ZING, and Towers and Infernal Shrines banned out by Dread Pirates. And then the map pick was Volskaya Foundry.
Alright.
So, what is it that you look for, Speed, when you go to Volskaya Foundry?
Map. Making sure you can stay on that point, and having as many people as you can on that point to get the objective, because that objective very powerful in pushing the lanes and all that, especially when you can go to destroying the fountain for the next objective after some time, really bring an advantage to the next objective.
Yes.
When you don't have that fountain.
Yeah. So sustain and bodies. So you're looking for a lot of bodies. So does that mean you run Nova on this map for the extra bodies of 2 illusions?
Nah, man, Lost Vikings all the way.
TLV. All right, I can dig some TLV.
So we're playing against each other now?
Yeah, nah. They'll move us down. I don't think I'm lobby host. Yeah, they didn't make me lobby host, which is good. But yeah, so we have. You want to tell us about these teams, because I know you did some research into them.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, for A-MEI-ZING, their most played heroes are Hanzo, Raynar, and Junkrat. Quite the range they have on them and all the poke damage.
Yeah, very good for poking people and trying to run them out of mana on their healer towards the long objective.
Yeah, and then for Dread Pirates, their most played is Rhaegar, Johanna, and Sylvanas, which I'm just guessing that they just love to play Rhaegar and Johanna every time they are, playing in a map. Which Johanna, yes, rarely good sustain, does not want to die at all, and very hard to poke down. And Rhaegar with that, have nice, chain healing, getting everyone sustained and all that.
Yeah. Hold on. Tell them.
Bear with me, guys. It's my first time
yeah.
casting an event.
Johanna could be very good on this objective specifically, and lots of sustain, able to heal people up, and heal herself up, and then has the shield and then the blinds for some of that poke. And then Rhaegar could be good for getting the turn camp or the top pushing camp. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's just called the siege camp.
Yeah, Rhaegar, I feel like one of the best supports in taking out of those map objectives for that those camp pushes or that sentry. I love me a good Rhaegar.
Yeah, Rhaegar, very aggressive support. Likes to bite people in the butt as a wolf. Also has lightning shield, which is what most people go with these days. You have some issues with the players. Seems like someone's power may have shut off. So we're going to Volskaya, which is a map where you have to get the other smaller objectives of the items from camps. The turret and the heal camp. The turret can be buffed by Merc Queen on Sylvanas.
Yeah, which Dread Pirates That's one of their most played heroes.
Yes. So we actually have a team looking to sub out real quick because we had someone disconnect because of a power outage already.
That is very unfortunate.
Maybe it wasn't a power outage. Maybe we just ducked. It's very confusing. You can't see Speed because Speed isn't wearing a bow tie, so he gets stuck as Rabies Facts for now.
Like I said, last minute.
It
Sorry,
was last minute. Hopefully everything's alright with Key. He had to go to his parents' house last minute. So there's that. Was not expecting this player to disconnect, so was not prepared with this length of content just yet. What do you think of the new hero, Speed? Have you seen anything with them?
Her,
them.
yes, I saw. Not what I was expecting. When you were showing me the picture of that one post, you were showing the skull. I thought literally it would have been that skull.
Yeah,
whichever that hero was.
Yeah, there was a lot of different skulls in that background that a lot of people were thinking was hints. There's also an idea that all the objects in that aren't already represented by people in the Nexus.
Yeah,
that
I
they're
did
all
see,
teasers.
I did see a Zagara skull. I think I saw a Kel-Kazad skull, and I thought that one in the middle. I was thinking it was Dahaka, but it just did not look like Dahaka. So I was.
There was a T-Rex. There was a Brigida shield. I think it was. There was something from Brigida. Then there was a Murloc skull that some people think was actually Sir Finley and not Murky. So we might get Sir Finley Murgle in the future.
Oh, man.
From Hearthstone. I'm excited if it is. I would be excited for any of those Hearthstone legendaries to make it in.
Oh yeah, me too.
Some thought the T-Rex skull was King Crush, but
I was hoping Deathwing.
Deathwing.
But that's not gonna happen.
It looks like A-MEI-ZING has found a roster sub, so we're just waiting for them to jump in the lobby real quick. So, quick mix-up on players could throw the team synergy off, or could let them get in some picks you weren't quite expecting.
Yeah, that hero, that's not what I was hoping for. I was just hoping for another, instead of a Nexus hero, I was thinking of another, World of Warcraft, Diablo.
As someone who's played all of the MOBAs, I'd rather get a character or a hero or a champion, whatever you want to call them in your game, that the developers were passionate about and had fun making over one that they were forced to make. So, I don't care that it's a Nexus hero. They could release only Nexus heroes from now on, and it doesn't affect my gameplay at all.
I just hope that they keep the heroes coming in, steadily improve the game and adding more heroes, and keep the player base up high.
Yeah, the next hero should be BlizzCon. My outfit.
How long till that?
BlizzCon should be the one after this.
Don't you have phones?
old news. It looks like we're about to actually enter the draft, so we don't get to hear more about my outfit that the Twitch chat wants to know about. It's got a bow tie, but we're entering the draft, so we're gonna go in there now.
Oh, that looks wonderful, Majesty. You look great.
And shoot, does not seem like I set this up properly. My bad.
Well played, Majesty.
Yeah, my bad. There we go. Got it. It's not skilled correctly. So professional. So professional.
So what I'm seeing here is a band. There's a Chen band.
Chen band.
I'm taking a guess that's amazing on the right side.
There we go. A-MEI-ZING should be on. Yeah, A-MEI-ZING's on the left. Dread Pirates is on the right.
Just what the notes said.
So, go ahead. We have an Ana band and Chen band, which are actually top bands for both of these teams. That's what they keep banning. Greymane band came out. Greymane with his buffs became a lot more popular afterwards. The auto attack buffs especially pushed him pretty high up. in the tier list for a lot of people.
And with the bullet buff too.
Bullet buff. Bullet's ridiculous. 40% of your current health. Johanna ban, which is the tank that Dread Pirates likes to play and is good on Volskaya. So what is this first pick, do you think?
It could be a Garrosh.
Could be a Garrosh. Garrosh should chuck people around, always good. Good for pick-off comp. Could be a tank variant, which I know Dread Pirates ran a lot last season along with the A-MEI-ZING.
Ooh, we could be seeing one of those.
It's Alarak first pick. Was it them? I know there was a team in Division A that was running it, but Anduin, that was a snap pick on Anduin. They wanted, they knew what they wanted. I think that is a top pick for them, but not their top most 3 picks. And there's the Garrosh you were talking about.
Unfortunately, I have a hard time figuring out which team is which by just guessing off the bands.
Hunter is on A-MEI-ZING, so that's just an easy way to check. MF Princess is on Dread, so these are like easy names to snap check
I was on
for.
the wrong side.
Jaina Zarya. So it looks like we're going to be seeing a double support comp out of Dread Pirates along with double burst. Interesting combination. Usually double support means you're going for a sustained damage comp versus a something that's not necessarily as sustaining as you. But pairing it with double burst means you're cooldown dependent, and then you're trying to sustain in between the fights.
Yeah, and it's nice to have the Zarya on that side, just in case if Garrosh does get the lucky pick off.
Yeah, if he gets the throw, you could shield the bubble the person, and then you get the movement speed bubble and give him 50% movement speed to get out. And
Yeah.
Lucio banned out for the sustain healing because Dread Pirates has yet to pick up their main support, unless this is main support Zarya, which could be a real bursty comp coming out from them if it is. Hanzo banned out, a top pick from A-MEI-ZING.
Well, we're gonna probably see their assassins here.
Yeah, we'll start to see assassins. They'll probably hold off on the solo lane to give him a counter pick option, unless there's something they want to hide, like maybe a Sergeant Hammer. I would love to see a Hammer.
No. I want to see some murky action.
Yeah, Murky could be interesting. We see Urel Raynor, which means they are hiding what would normally be an assassin pick. It could be a second healer option, and just try to hyper carry this Raynor out with the wall of Garrosh Urel, which is a tanky front line. And you put like Anduin, and then you put like a Urel or something behind it, you're just not going to kill that very easily.
Nice wall for the Raynor. Ooh.
Anubera picked up pretty late in this draft, a little surprising that he even made it this far before someone picked or banned him. And then the other pick is Tranda, so we got some CC, and it looks like they're just going in with this burst comp with maybe some extra sustain in between. What are you looking for this last pick here?
Oh man, it's quite of a challenge trying to figure out if they want to go with the second support to just have that Raynor do all that damage and keep that Raynor alive, or go with the second assassin, actually, you know, take someone out with all the, you know, Garrosh throw into, you know, wreck 'em.
It's the Maev, which is gonna look pretty nice actually. I really do like the draft coming out from A-MEI-ZING here. Dread Pirates, it looks like something I would run, so I know it's not that good. Or not as good as it could be, potentially. A little weird to see the double burst with a double support, but we'll see if they make it work. I mean, maybe they're just trying to support through the cooldowns and then they kill people every X number of seconds.
This is going to be a very exciting match.
Yes, I also forgot to add the game to this screen. I thought that was built in to this overlay setup. So luckily though, we have time to fix that during the loading screen. There we go. All better.
While you guys are waiting, you can check out those rabies facts.
No, that's not on the screen at all.
Yeah, up.
It's only on. It's basically between games. We'll be able to see rabies facts.
My apologies, everybody.
All right.
While you're waiting, you can just Google those facts, or look up some other ones.
So the teams we have here, on the left, we have Hunter C. Jr. on Garrosh, Tempest playing the Raynor, Nukes for Kids on Urel, BN on Anduin, and Lisa. I'm sorry, I butchered your name terribly. On the Maev.
You'll figure it out.
Speed, do you want to introduce Dread Pirates on the right?
You got it. We have Bat Mary on the Alarak, MF Prince on the Tyrande, Durlik on the Nubarak, Striving One on the Zarya, and Strings on the Jaina. My bad on the names. I'm trying my best.
Q build coming out from the Zarya and Telekinesis build from the Alarak. We have a lot of going down here. Zarya getting pulled and thrown around, but tanky enough with the Tyrande behind her, plus her own self-shielding to just sustain through it. Telekinesis, but then the Q miss on Tempest there on the Raynor, but double Q coming out from Garrosh on Zarya and Nubarak. Both teams starting to take damage here.
I'm very surprised at the amount of fighting going on right now.
That's the classic mid lane fight. We do see Garrosh looking for a pickoff. He throws the Zarya into the Maev, who's going to be able to tether that back. Tyrande's stun on Anduin Raynor might help sustain, but not quite enough as it does go down. First blood going over to A-MEI-ZING. They are just going back and forth clearing waves here. We have the Alarak versus Urel in the bottom lane. Interesting matchup. What do you think of that matchup?
I feel like the Urel's gonna have a hard time for a little bit, but I feel like after a while she'll start catching up. I feel like the Alarak is gonna be a lot better in the beginning.
You say that I think Alarak's already used his tap and Urel is at half health, so it is interesting to see how that will play out. Nubarak not quite getting the follow-up stun there, it looks like. Missed quite how he ended up in that position, whether he dove or he was pulled in. Raynor got pretty low on this turret camp, almost backs before picking up. Meanwhile, Zarya plus Jaina are picking up the other turret camp. And
they are already going for the support camp.
Yeah, they seem to know that they have a numbers advantage here, and they're burning through it pretty well. It's down to below half health, quarter health left on it. End's gone. We'll see if Nubarak goes in. He's going to interrupt the channel, but he gets thrown out. The objective was on the ground, but Garrosh does end up picking it up. Both teams trading some damage back and forth. Jaina's at half health, and this Urel was able to hit her a little bit, but unfortunately not quite enough people there to follow up and CC her.
I'm very surprised they were able to get that camp really quick. That is actually a really good opportunity for them for capturing point A.
So
in the next 20 seconds.
We actually see Arcane Intellect from the Jaina coming out for some extra mana on these objective points. That could help a lot, allowing them to sustain these mid objective fights a lot longer with it.
It is an interesting pickup indeed.
Meanwhile, Show of Force from the Alarak, so he's going to have a little bit of extra burst if he's able to land all three abilities within a 2-second period.
And you are correct about the Zarya going with the speed barrier at level 4. The 50% movement speed bonus will definitely get people out when Garrosh does go in for the...
Tether on 2, there are Garrosh just pulled in and silenced and seemed to have missed his throw a little bit, but because he did turn around to Q. They are looking okay. He might be able to put down this heal camp soon, but might not need to as this Anduin's healing them all back up pretty nicely. Turn camps come out from both teams. Urel's getting shot by one, and the other turn's getting shot by the other. Tether on 2. Nubarak's in the middle of the enemy team, but gets out. Getting low on the Nubarak. Alarak also trailing behind a little bit, but everyone gets out, and 80 health left on the Nubarak. Heal camp comes out, and he's going to sustain. I think it's 10% across 5 seconds or something like that. I think it's 2% health per second.
They got the camp top too. Jaina had to go up and destroy it before it pushes any more. You do not want to lose that fountain that early.
No, you do not. Meanwhile, Urel is in the bottom lane getting that soak, and Maev was in the middle lane picking up some more. Level 7 picked up for A-MEI-ZING here as they have just a tiny bit of an XP lead as they go for this turn camp with Garrosh still on the point. Extra silence duration on the Discord strike.
Did they change Urel's level 7?
No, it's still there. It's just the smaller map. They might not feel like they need it. As a Nubrek goes down, Alrak shortly follows shortly after, and this looks like the first objective going over to A-MEI-ZING without much issues on their hand.
Whoa, Garrosh is moving that turn really close to tower right there.
Yeah, that's something I hadn't seen before, throwing that in to let it get some tower damage after securing the objective. Very nice.
Very interesting. I never not seen that.
Yeah.
Seen that.
They are taking the whole wall here. Looks like they're going to head up. Raynor was up there trying to clear up the enemy camp and try to prep that wave to go help them. Meanwhile, Yrel is pushing the bottom lane. Though Alarak's about to show up, she is securing at least one tower, if not two, right here.
This is going to be actually interesting. They are not going to have enough health to actually destroy this well.
They don't, but they were able to get one whole wall, wall, tower, and gate, and then almost get the other one. 224 health left on that last building. May be able to get a Q off or something from the protector, but it looks like they're not going to quite go for it. Meanwhile, Yrel did end up taking the entire bottom wall. And the protector goes down right as the elite support camp comes right back up, and A-MEI-ZING's already on it. If you're Dread Pirates, you don't even have time to realize that. You're just, if you didn't see it with that Tyrande out, it's just gone.
All five of them are at the fortification camp right now, which they did not need all five there. They should be going and getting experience because A-MEI-ZING is already level 10.
They are. With a slightly larger than 2-level lead, we have Taunt, Raider, Ardent Defender, Light Bomb, and Warden's Cage. We could see a Maiev or Yrel just jumping in with that Light Bomb to land a big stun initiation for their team.
Yeah.
Alright, telekinesis the Yrel, but misses the Discord Strike.
Looking for the kill right now with the Garrosh looking. Nope.
Yeah, there was pings out onto that bush, so they knew to check it. Smart plays coming out from Dread Pirates, knowing to check for that. Taunt and throw on this Nubrek. Light Bomb also going to go out. Dodges the Light Bomb. Does not have dive to get away. Does end up falling. And there's that level 10 advantage coming in for A-MEI-ZING here.
Looks like they were able to drop the turn in time before A-MEI-ZING was able to grab it. Or kill a Nubrek.
Level 10's picked up by Dread Pirates here. Ring of Frost, Starfall, Counter-Strike, Graviton, and Cocoon. Could see some Graviton into Ring of Frost plays here with Starfall to just give tremendous value and burst potential to Dread Pirates in these team fights that they've been looking for. Globe Quest is already completed on the Jaina as well, worth noting, as she does get that extra reward of 10% more damage on already frostbitten targets.
Yes, and unfortunately I'm not able to see, but how close is she to completing her other quest?
We can check the talent screen here. She's slightly short of halfway, about 800 points damage short of halfway. Hunter CJ in the middle of the enemy team right now without much follow-up, but gets pulled out by the Anduin. Maybe the reason that they liked the Anduin snap pick on the first pick was they just knew Hunter might just try feeding. Looks like they're going for the siege camp here on the Garrosh. And Maev. Arak sitting bot, cleaning up that camp, trying to help him catch up in XP. Meanwhile, Yrel is just covering a double soak, going back and forth. And that leaves 4 people from A-MEI-ZING available top lane. They throw the Nubrek, start CC chaining him. Even through the Zarya shield, they're able to kill a Nubrek here. Just not quite tanky enough to deal with this team coming out from A-MEI-ZING.
Majesty.
Yeah.
I only can see the one team. I need help.
Press E.
Thank you very much.
Alright, so we have A-MEI-ZING trying to push up here with the standing guard from Garrosh. I don't know, I couldn't think of what doing that was called. The support camp comes back up. We'll see if they make another play for it. Meanwhile, the turn camp was picked up by Dread Pirates, Alrek, and Jaina. 40% just about on the objective already. Just keeping Anduin on it. Raynor, looks like they're pinging to go for that camp, the heal camp. They might give up some percentage on it, but instead, it's Dread Pirates going for it. It must have been their ping.
Anubarak needs to save that his charge, and he needs to start walking in fights instead of just burrowing into fights.
Counter Strike, Graviton, Light Bomb, Ring of Frost coming out, and
Whoa.
just the team that's not popping as well. I guess all the outlets were popped really for both teams besides Raider, which doesn't go on cooldown unless it dies. What a fight! One healing used there by Amazing. They're able to steal out the second. That was just a rapid fight of just pressing R and seeing who won. And the answer is Amazing. Garrosh sending in a nice position again to see if anyone's going.
Pirates looked like they actually had it when that Ring of Frost came out.
Yeah,
but
Ring of Frost, Graviton, Starfall were all on top of each other. It just wasn't enough to kill people while they were dying to the Light Bomb, Warden's Cage, and Warlord's Challenge.
Yeah, but with Amazing securing that support camp and able to get that, that item, able to keep everyone up alive.
Alright, going pure malice, saying, if my team's just gonna die, I might as well get value for it.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. Not normally the talent you see, but in this situation might just be needed. Meanwhile, level 16 picked up already for Amazing, as they do have the 3-level advantage going in their favor.
Yeah, Dread Pirates need to watch out. 3-level lead. You already got a talent advantage. You gotta be careful.
8 kills to 0 on this game. It's been pretty much just in Amazing's favor so far. But it's not over just yet. Graviton goes out and misses everyone. Counter Strike being used as a protect. Missed Ring of Frost, missed Blizzard. But stun out from Tyrande, hitting 2, almost 3 there, which was pretty good. Meanwhile, Amazing's just saying, hey, we got 16 advantage, let's just steal their turn camp. This is going to give them even more items. This is going to be at least 4 item advantage going over to Amazing.
Not a single tower destroyed by Amazing right now. Their walls are pretty healthy right now.
They are. This is going to go down. That well is gone already. It's going to be pretty hard to sustain in this third objective that very well may be the final objective of the game if Dread Pirates is not careful.
They need to get ahead. They need to get to level 16 quick.
They do.
Objective C gets back.
It's important for them to move around as a unit here so they don't get picked off by this Garrosh-Maiev combo that the Team Amazing has been running pretty smoothly all game so far.
Yeah, I would feel like Anubarak would actually just needs to be in a lane by himself. Same with the Alarak, since those are the most mobile heroes on their team right now. They need to be in a lane by themselves, since when they see a Garrosh, they need to back out immediately.
I don't know if I'd call Anubarak or Alarak that mobile of a hero, but I mean, you might be able to. You might do a 2-2-1 split, and that might be safer, as you can use like Zarya +1 and then Jaina +1. But meanwhile, Amazing's just gonna get their 5th. No, they already have 5 items. They're gonna have to drop an item.
4 turrets and 1 heal.
And they decided they're just trying to figure out what to do. They do end up dropping a turn, so they have 3 turns, 2 heal camps. It's gonna be pretty hard to fight into 5.
3 turns.
3 turns in a heal camp. 5 items. I don't know why I can think of the word items.
Still a 3-level lead for Amazing.
Yeah, without some pickoffs, it's going to be pretty hard to come back in the XP game right now, as Amazing also has the passive advantage by, I think it's, is it 10% per one? So it's 30%, or is it 20? I can't remember. But regardless, they have a decent sized lead here in passive XP.
They need to go try to find one person and get a kill. They want to have a chance at this objective.
Passive XP, they have a almost 3k advantage in just passive XP right now over on Team Amazing. I dropped talents down right as they were getting 16. Double shield train. So double shield gain train. I just fused all my words together there. On Zarya, so doubling the shield power, maybe being able to save Alarak and Anubarak. Garrosh just popped taunt for no reason. but also dropped another turret to zone out because they had the vision that way, and they're still sitting on 3 turrets and 2 heal camps on Team A-MEI-ZING.
Dread Pirates are trying to go in before they get level 20. Because once level 20 hits, there's no chance.
And you can't really fight down level 20, just like you can't really fight down 16. Meanwhile, A-MEI-ZING knows that they can just back off, go get this last turret camp, while Yrel soaks a lane, and they will have 20 advantage for this fight. Dread Pirates needs to just make some kind of play here.
Dropping turns like crazy.
There you go. Garrosh drops another one to pick it up. Maybe he'll throw that one closer. 20 is picked up for A-MEI-ZING.
Titanic might. 2 froze.
Desperate plea as well. Prayer. Maiev is cocooned here, and meanwhile, Light Bomb, Ring, they're actually doing well. Team A-MEI-ZING is doing well. They still have at least 2 turns on them. Garrosh is leaving before Nubrek even falls. He knew that fight was over.
They're going straight to end it.
Yeah, they will push up this camp while Yrel finishes the objective. She'll walk it down, and then we'll see who they throw in as the second one. But they're able to use these turrets before minions even show up and start. They get a whole tower before the first minion even takes a shot. As both towers down, luckily death timers are still kind of low for Team Dread Pirates, and they're going to be able to potentially make it back in time for a core defense that they will have to fight into the enemy team. Though the enemy team is out of items, they will have the Protector coming out. Jaina picked up the minus armor at level 16 instead of the traditional root there, trying to get some extra burst damage in this fight. People are starting to trade abilities back and forth while this Protector walks up. They put both tanks from Team A-MEI-ZING inside of it, so we'll see how that plays out for them with less of a front line there. Maiev getting some Q resets. Cocoon on Maiev, but they're a Graviton on 2. Is there any more follow-up for this? Unstoppable goes out, but doesn't even pop. Meanwhile, Tether on 2. Light Bomb. Nubrek falls to the Protector, hitting them.
No one hit.
Can't hit the Protector with Ring of Frost. Jaina goes down to the E from the Protector. Alarak low and Zarya low, and that's game 1 going over to Team A-MEI-ZING.
It was just a wash up, 15-0.
Alright, sorry. Getting some feedback. But we'll look at the stats screen here a little bit. And, I mean, we can see Maiev top the damage charts by 30,000 damage. And, that's a lot of damage from a Maiev.
Yeah, they were grouped up quite a bit, and Maiev was able to get those resets off very easily, and even getting 7 kills, about almost half the kills.
Maiev also healed for 97. What did Maiev do to heal for 97? Seems like such a random amount. But, I mean, that's game 1. I mean, that was a game. I mean, this is very exciting. It looked like Dread Pirates was able to throw all their ults together, but it just never was quite enough. Maybe that 3-level XP difference just gave too big of a discrepancy between health scaling and damage scaling at the time.
Yeah, it was. And it was really close. Both teams nearly got their ults right next to each other, about a minute apart, but after that, A-MEI-ZING just flew.
Yeah, A-MEI-ZING really was able to just snowball that game. A lot of that looks like it was on the back of Yrel, who had 10,000 more XP than anyone else in the game. And that's like 2 levels from just Yrel almost. Maybe a level and a half. Not actually sure how much XP goes per level.
That's literally Lost Vikings right there.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's not quite the same percentage as you would see with a TLV, but it's still a lot. Meanwhile, you have, like, Tyrande at the bottom. There's a 13k difference between the top XP soaker and the bottom XP soaker, and that makes a huge difference between the teams. I mean, it's really an XP game in a lot of ways.
A lot more healing did go out for Team A-MEI-ZING too. They were able to, clump up, get all that healing too. The Jaina just wasn't, able to, the word, you know, able to get them right when they were grouped up.
It looks like the second map is Battlefield of Eternity. I like this map. I don't know who picked the map because I haven't been talking to them about that. But see if this screen's working any. No,
Again,
it doesn't really look like it.
Snowballing map too.
It can be a snowballing map. I think this map actually has the highest win rate for the first team to take a keep. I think it's something at like 95% of the time. If you take the first keep of the game, you win the game. And that's a really high percentage for any map to have. Not much comeback mechanics. I think first fort is even like 80% on this map because of how long the objective fights are, the passive XP advantage.
Now, what about for like, I know this is a 2-lane map. Now, what about that same result for, say, like Braxis Holdout, since that's also a 2-lane map?
Let's see if I can find that information real quick on the maps, since I started talking about it. Map.
Because that's actually a pretty interesting back right there.
Yes. Looking for my map stats. Where are my map stats? Map objectives, maybe? On maps. Nope, we want Battlefield of Eternity. Alright, win rate of, if you get the first and second immortal of a game, it's an 82% win rate for the team that is able to pull off. Getting just the first one gives you a 67% win rate of getting just the first immortal. 2/3 of the time, if you get the first immortal, you just win the game. And it's a pretty big percentage to have there. I mean, if you can win the game 2/3 of the time, just by getting the first objective of the game, there might not be so balanced on the map wise. So I'm looking for lots of early game race to come out from these teams.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're just about ready here. They did swap sides. So
Dread Pirates need to figure out a different kind of comp, because they need, 15-0 that first game. It didn't really, went well for them.
Yeah, I would definitely be looking for some kind of change in pace. Maybe swapping your offlaner to something tankier, like a Blaze, so you have the bunker option to get out of stuff, and then
or maybe
swapping
the double support didn't really work out for them.
Yeah, double support seems to be coming back for a lot of players, but not seems to be the flavor that Dread Pirates is used to playing, or maybe it just wasn't their game. Who knows? Garrosh banned out. It looks like they thought the airshoot was the Garrosh pickoffs. He did get a lot of the early kills set up for them, that's for sure. And the Alarak banned out by
I really don't think the Alarak was a huge issue, but I guess A-MEI-ZING thought it was.
So no. Dread Pirates just banned Alarak, and Team A-MEI-ZING just banned Garrosh. That's
other way around again.
You would think that it was the other way, but they did swap sides of the lobby. So the team that played Garrosh, banned Garrosh and Johanna, so they're banning out. They're doing a tank choke here. They don't think that Team Dread Pirates has a wide enough tank pool. And Maiev also getting banned out, so they're banning out melee assassins on one side and tanks on the other. And we see the Ana picked up. Ana's still being really good with that grenade build.
Ana grenade build's a thing now?
Ana grenade build's been a thing since the rework. I know you haven't been playing much.
I need to start playing that more.
They also have nerfed it twice, and it's still the best build and best healer in the game, arguably. Diablo Sylvanas picked up for one side. If you've been paying attention to Reddit recently, you know that Merc Queen gives Sylvanas bonus damage on the Immortal. Even though it only says Mercs, it also affects monsters. Diablo loving this map for all the walls around the objective and the potential to follow up stuns from the objective as well. So one side picking up arguably the best healer in the game, the other side picking up one of the best tanks and one of the best damage dealers, and we see Greymane coming out from A-MEI-ZING, which is really good race with his auto attack buff on himself, as well as the one from a patch notes like 2-3 weeks ago. And the Urel picked up again, seemed like a good comfort pick. What did you think of the Urel last game?
Amazing.
Oh
no.
Love the pun. She did statistically very well. I thought it worked out very well for them. She was able to tank a lot as well with the Ardent Defender. ETC banned out, thinking that was going to be the main tank from Team A-MEI-ZING. Anubrek's still left over open, which is a little interesting as he is
Uh,
generally considered a top tank
I
right now.
would not try a Nubrek here. I would try for something else.
You don't think Anubrek diving with Urel Greymane with Anna grenade healing them is going to be enough? Anduin banned out by Team A-MEI-ZING as the support for Dread Pirates has not been selected yet.
Fortunately, I don't know. Forgot all this. Thanks. All of a sudden.
Yeah, Caster's Curse.
It's been over a month.
Li Ming picked up by Dread Pirates. I love this pick for him. They ran it a lot last season in Division A, and I honestly was surprised when I hadn't seen it listed as one of their most played heroes, or even a hero that was banned out against him a lot. And Chen picked up as well. Chen, since his rework, just being a powerhouse of damage with a little bit less tankiness.
Now I wouldn't mind seeing a Nubrek. Yep, Chen does. I don't know to rework.
Storm Earth Fire is extremely powerful right now. Basically able to just to get you one kill every team fight, guaranteed, by just popping it and just diving a target. But so we'll see what goes out. Mal'Ganis coming out from A-MEI-ZING, not a hero you normally see, and the Orphea. Orphea Greymane, a very squishy set of assassins, but Mal'Ganis Urel is a lot of CC set up for that. And Mal'Ganis you don't normally see because of Ana potentially being on the other team, but also weak to anti-heal, which hasn't been picked up at all.
I need to support. What are you?
Yeah, you're forced into your healer pick here for your last pick, and you could have like saved the Chen potentially, and then not let it be counterpicked by the Mal'Ganis. And the Rhaegar is picked up, which is more early game race. Which team would you give it to right now based off of the drafts?
Oh man, it's really hard to say, but I feel like Dread Pirates, I feel like have the better looking comp.
You're liking the left team, Diablo, Sylvanas, Li Ming, Chen,
Yes.
Rhaegar? Alright, well, for the sake of controversy, I'm going to go with Team A-MEI-ZING. Based on the draft, I think they're going to make this Mal'Ganis work. I think they're going to make the Orphea, Greymane. I think they have tons of bursts. I don't know if Rhaegar is going to be enough to save somebody out of it. I think it's going to come out quicker than even Ancestral could save someone. And I don't see him going bloodless with Sylvanas, Li Ming. So I'm just looking at the drafts and going, well, Mal'Ganis is kind of a weak point for me. I think overall, I think he's going to do well because of the amount of CC he can output. And has Ana backing him up. Ana backing you up just makes you be able to tank basically anything. You know, you can run just about anything you want in that front line if you have that Ana backing it up. Introducing the left team, we have Sir Stiggles on Li Ming, the Lurker on Diablo, MF Princess on the Rhaegar, Batty Mary on Chen, and Slithering One playing that Sylvanas. You want to take the other team?
You sure thing on A-MEI-ZING. We got Nukes for Kids on the Urel, Tempest on the Greymane, Hunter CJR on the Mal'Ganis, BN on the Ana, and Lystia on the Orphe.
I like how we both emphasize the BN because of the exclamation point. Our first grade teachers taught us well about pronunciation. Anyways, we have the team stacking up here. No one looking for a lane swap at all. Sleep Dart almost hitting the Diablo blind, but he does go down to the sleep of Mal'Ganis. But gets anti-healed and didn't take much damage at all, really, because Greymane and Orphea were kind of distance away. Talent-wise, it looks pretty standard here across the board.
Usually the ones that I see.
Though, forgive me, I see Q-Build coming out from Sylv, which I personally like Q-Build a lot. But we also have Totem coming out from Rhaegar at level 1 instead of the increased size of his Storm Shield. Or Lightning Shield.
It looks like he's going more for the supporty build. That's usually what I would pick when I was playing Rhaegar as a true support. That extra range on your Totem really help for not them coming in closer for you.
Could help a lot. I usually just like to get every lightning talent right now. I think combined they're all super strong, even the 16 with the extra damage scaling. We see Hunter taking aggressive positioning again, which we know he likes to do. Li Ming and Diablo getting swept by him as he starts to look for a potential stun, but not going to go for them. Instead, going to retreat back to his team so he's a little bit safer. Yeah, against the Diablo flip, that would be a super risky play, but that camp is picked up. Camp's coming out for Team A-MEI-ZING really well in both games so far.
they do know what times to go for those camps. They did a really good job last game, having pretty much every hero on their team as an item.
We do have a pause coming out from the lurker on lag issues coming in, so we will hold for that. Savannah's actually disconnecting to restart, it looks like.
Actually, I can't see what level anyone is.
It's 3 and 3 right now.
Pretty even. All right.
Teams calling to check out Urel's stats across the board, just top of everything. 2k, almost 3k in healing already. 4k in damage taken. 3k above anyone else.
That Urel is murdering that Chen right now.
Yeah, not just looking real good. Able to trade in and out with that Chen. Is not top hero damage. Chen's actually dealt more damage, but Chen doesn't have the same type of healing as the Urel does, as she's able to replenish her health bar, and Chen's just able to add shielding.
Yeah, just shields. Doesn't really, do too much.
Stagger doing some, but I mean, it doesn't matter. You're still taking the damage eventually. You're only getting 60 armor right now. I want to say, maybe it's 70. 75 damage taken. Alright, 75% of the damage taken, so it's 25 armor, technically. Is the equivalent of that. Still waiting for the reconnect. We'll see what happens there. Still comfortable in your Dread Pirates pick, or?
Maybe not the best at laning, but and I know they couldn't really take that fight for the siege camp right at the bottom, but I'm pretty confident they could probably pull something off when the objective comes in.
You're banking on this objective. Li Ming does fight extremely well around the objective, as well as Diablo, which would allow the Chen to set up as well. I am looking for level 10 before I think they flip it, which could give them some snowball potential on Team A-MEI-ZING.
Yeah, but the Dread Pirates got to make sure not to, mess something up before level 10, because how A-MEI-ZING pulled it off last time. Being when they got 10, they were able to use those ults and kind of snowballed, having that 3-4 level lead.
I mean, we're expecting Bullet, we're expecting Chomp from Orphea, we're expecting the Nano Boost. I mean, it could be Eye of Horse. Eye of Horse is a popular talent, as it allows her to stay safe.
I'm going to be surprised what Mal'Ganis picks.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to work to, is that you're able to predict almost all the ults in this game, except Mal'Ganis's. He could go either way. He could either give himself up, saying, I won't perfectly die, so I can go in and then swap my health bar out with, like, the Diablos, right? And send Diablo super low.
Diablo.
Or you could go Carrion Swarm and just try to heal off of their triple melee frontline that they got there.
Yeah, because Diablo, with all that health, able to, suck all that health away from him, can, really turn the tides.
It really can. It really can. What's this message? Oh.
But it'll be pretty interesting if, if he does go with that one all, Chen will, might go with the barrel instead of the Earth, Storm, and Fire.
Barrel could work. They could go for picking someone off with the barrel and then trying to get a Li Ming reset instead of trying to force the Diablo into a wall. But it seems more likely just go. Or if you just go Storm or Fire, I feel like he can dive the Ana with it, or dive this Orphea, and just blow them up, and then Li Ming has her reset anyways. So I don't know. I feel like Storm Earth Fire might be more consistent, as well as it makes them tankier.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Dread Pirates do look like they have the nice team to just go in on somebody and take them out quickly.
Yeah. I don't know. Both teams having a chance to just burst people. Sylvana's Q build is really good at bursting a single target down if they're isolated, so we can look for that pick off potentially.
Yeah, and since the objective's in the middle, you're not not worrying about minions in the way, so it's definitely going to be hitting a hero. Of course.
Well, if there's anything in range, it could also hit the
Other
immortal.
than
Though it does
Immortal, yes.
it does even if you're fighting in lane, it always prioritizes heroes over minions, much like Lily's Q. So, uh,
But we're going
it
with
should
the
be
fact.
fine. I think the Li Ming is a
Isn't it-
bigger difference between fighting in lane and not fighting in lane.
We're having a little trivia night going on in the chat.
They are asking the question: how much cocktail damage does Greymaine's how much damage does Cocktail do at level 3? Put your answers in chat. They have multiple choice, but you're not going to get it because I'm not going to show the game right now. And the answer is C, which is 62 damage. So hopefully you had time to figure that out before I just gave it away. C is the initial damage. The explosion damage obviously is 62.
Goodness, even playing Greymane when I was, when I was playing in Heroes of the Dorm, I couldn't even figure that number out.
It would have been different back then.
Oh, Cocktail was so.
Did you
much
ever
better.
play Greymane back then? I feel like we just stuck you on Arthas a lot. Cinder goes to Arthas. That was the dream that lived. We made that work a lot.
Well, I bought and Rexstar.
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't. Vit played Rexar. Vit was our Rexar player.
It was fun. It was very fun.
It was a different time. Duff's been playing again. I know we're just talking about random things now as they pause the game. They are ready. We are also ready. So it looks like we're going back into the game here. So we'll load that back in. They wanted to know the answer to trivia real quick before they started back up. But we have the camp going for one team. A-MEI-ZING pushing in with the camp still, as minions are about to clash, and that will give them an opportunity potentially to clean that up. Looks like Chen also tapped in between the two waves here. Getting a little low on Diablo there. He's about half health, which for Diablo isn't too bad, but did not take globes at level 1 and only has 26 globes so far, or souls so far.
Fortunately, the hook does not work for minions.
Alright, level 4 picked up slightly faster by Team A-MEI-ZING as they didn't leave the lane to go get this camp. A little early to get this camp. They get it right at the 30-second mark to the objective, which I guess is right as A-MEI-ZING is leaving for their camp. But they were able to keep Mal'Ganis there and Ana for a chance to just kind of clear that up a little bit. Don't need to maybe fully clear it, but just some clearing of it will be enough of a difference. And the camp isn't even in the minion wave, so it's a little bit staggered out. Dread Pirates is looking for the race here, though. As they are on it the second it spawns, and they are shredding it quickly. It looks like Calamity build is going to come out from Li Ming instead of the faster racing Q build or the more poke damage orb build. That is halftime already for going in favor of Dread Pirates.
Yeah, and A-MEI-ZING look like they are actually trying to, make sure they do not win.
It looks like, four-man sleep from Mal'Ganis, just delaying that instantly. They are distracted by this Mal'Ganis, and meanwhile, Team A-MEI-ZING is already caught up in damage and is almost about to pull ahead. This is going to be a full race here. We're going to see who gets closer. 2K on both health, 1,500, 400. Oh, Dread Pirates inching it out slightly faster with the power of the early racing Rhaegar. And Mal'Ganis going in a little bit as they fight over these mid globes here. That was a very close objective. You can see how very little shielding it has. I mean, you were right. I mean, Dread Pirates got the first objective. They now are running a 67% predicted chance of winning per the just raw stats. And that's a pretty good position to be in.
Yes, it is. Mal'Ganis by himself out there. Dread Pirates are looking to try to take him out.
Yeah, is looking alright so far. Though the Immortal gets the wall, but it's not gonna look to get much more than just some chip damage. Mal'Ganis getting a two-man sleep on Rhaegar, followed up, or a two-man stun followed up by a two-man sleep. Diablo taking maybe one tower shot. I actually think they had minions the whole time. But Sylvanas at half health, but he's gonna look to use her unstoppable. She gets out. Emma Princess on the Rhaegar also at half, as well as the Li Ming. They're all at half health, but no one's falling just yet. Meanwhile, Chen has actually been bullying this Urel in the bottom lane.
Woo! Wow. did not look at that.
Oh,
Oh, there.
Insatiable picked up by the Orphea at 7, a talent I don't know if I've actually seen picked up that often. Greymane almost getting flipped into the tower range. Meanwhile, Sylvanas is at half health again. They're going to have to get out. Meanwhile, Mal'Ganis is super low as well, but has the Uro falling up, but Li Ming Orb finishing him off. That's a reset on abilities. Orphea getting low, so is Sylvanas. Orphea going down low and Sylv getting healed back up. And that team fight going the way of Dread Pirates. Could we be looking at a game 3, though it's super early to be calling that?
Not at all. A 64% chance of winning.
67. Sylv being able to push this tower with 4 people behind him, and Soul's finish on Diablo. That is the first building fell before level 10 on BOE. You're looking real good if you're in Dread Pirates 2s right now.
I am looking very good. Diablo is asleep. Everyone's looking up to get him.
Anti-healed, but it does have the cleanse on the Rhaegar this time around. Good orb coming out from Li Ming to help peel that back. We actually have Wizened Duelist picked up by the Greymane, so if he doesn't die, he's going to be scaling in auto attack damage on top of his normal scaling, which could go very favorably for him.
Especially for taking out the objective too.
Dread Pirates, again, instantly on the Immortal the second it suns. They know they want to race. They know their win condition is these Immortals, and they're going for them. And meanwhile, you have a camp pushing for Dread Pirates, though it just died. Greymane is solo killing this objective, so that leaves 4 of his teammates to zone out around their own objective, using the Immortal as their 5th player with his CC, which does end up hitting Li Ming there. Meanwhile, Urel's getting low. Sleep trying to hit something, but not quite. Chen gets hit by the Immortal spinning stun. Halftime going in favor of Dread Pirates again. Urel's also saw half health on the team's Dread Pirates, looking to chase just a little bit, not really, as they're looking just to get in position for where this is going to be so they can race. Scouting out with the wave there from Sylvanas. Meanwhile, Chen's getting low, but it has his Unstoppable plus his stagger ability. He looks like he's going to be able to finish walking out with some health bar below it. Never mind, he turns around for just a split second, gets stunned by Mal'Ganis. Diablo going down as well. That's a soul reset on Diablo. He just lost a lot of tankiness in that fight.
Yes, he did.
Whew.
Man, this is a very interesting.
This could be the opportunity that A-MEI-ZING has been looking for to get an Immortal, but Ana's going to have to back Mal'Ganis is at a quarter mana as well. Urel's trying to get some XP for them. It's a race to 10 at this point with these Immortals.
Very close indeed.
I don't know which...
hurry up and get to level 10.
Looks like they're going to use level 10 to defend with over trying to defend this Immortal that was basically going to go down anyways. Half a shield on this Immortal, so about 150% normal its health bar. Meanwhile, level 10's picked up for both teams. Let's go for the throw. It's that bullet. I would have predicted bullet, but it is Storm Earth Fire on that Chen. Wave of Force and Wailing. It's also going to be sick. And Carrion Swarm picked up by the Eternal Feast. We didn't predict like Eddie.
These are some interesting level 10s that I was not expecting.
We did not predict most of these level 10s correctly because we are plebs. Meanwhile, this Mal'Ganis is going in on his own on a lot of these people because Chen steps out. Diablo getting follow-up stun from the CC. Stagger being used on Batty Mary. Can use Storm Earth Fire to clear that damage, but doesn't need to yet. Storm Earth Fire is actually coming out. Is diving the Ana. APOC coming out as well to try to get her with the slow. But
man, I did not know Storm Earth and Fire. Holy.
60 damage left on the Ana, but she's able to walk away. Meanwhile, Eternal Feast killing off the Li Ming, and the fort goes down to minions in the backline. Ana's still here. Bien, you crazy person. You had 60 health left, and you were able to stay and survive.
I did not realize how strong Storm Earth and Fire is till now.
Yeah, they buffed it. You can only use each ability once, whichever one you use last is buffed. And if you use Fire last, it gives a 75% damage boost for 5 seconds. Or 5 seconds? I think it's 5. Ana's going to back now with her slightly less than half mana bar, while Dread Pirates picks up the bottom camp.
Both teams doing really well.
This is a very close game in terms of kills and structures. Both teams taking top fort. Both teams at level 11 right now.
How are those stats on Urel right now?
Urel's stats are...
I know they were going crazy.
They're not as bad now. Still top XP, top siege, but that's what you'd expect from a solo laner. Chen able to soak top lane, help clear out the camp a little bit. Looks like he's freezing the lane a little bit to make it so that Team A-MEI-ZING can't go top and get any XP right now. He's going to be able to clear out both those camps for free before this objective even gets announced. Both teams just kind of trading back and forth a little bit. Towers are starting to get low in this bottom lane. Next objective will probably take whichever bottom fort of the person who wins it. Rel is being a little aggressive here, but she knows where the enemy team is, so she knows she can push up into the keep to get this XP. Meanwhile, Chen taking a lot of damage from the minions here, sitting at about quarter HP. Is going to have time to back, though. Team A-MEI-ZING this time is sitting ready to go on this objective.
They were ready for that objective.
Both teams just wanting to race as much as they can. Meanwhile, Mal'Ganis not being with his team might be the difference in damage, but not really, as it's neck and neck. The slight advantage going over to Team A-MEI-ZING.
Oh man!
Just a hard swap. They're gonna have to fight if they want to get to the Immortal. This is gonna make it interesting. Who's gonna be bold enough to fight under the enemy's Immortal? Orphea poking a little bit on the objective. 13's meanwhile picked up for A-MEI-ZING. They could use this small inkling of an advantage to go in.
And looks like they are not.
They're not quite finding the opening they want. Meanwhile, Li Ming
going down, trying to get level 13. For the
I think she was just throwing a throw, and 13 is picked up now for Dread Pirates, and stun going out on Yrel. APOC being popped instantly, but meanwhile absorbing on the Yrel, so she's staying plenty healthy. Meanwhile, Nano Boost on the Orphea. Stormward Fire comes out and goes for the Ana again. Meanwhile, this leaves the Orphea and Greymane to peel. Down to 100 health on the Ana, but she's still walking away. Meanwhile, Yrel actually goes down on the back with 70 health. Ana's trying to stay around to help the Greymane out to get out, but we'll see if anything happens. Hunter CJ on this Mal'Ganis is still in the back line as well, throwing CC left and right. If he doesn't have carriers for him, he's going to go down with 50 as he drops rather quickly. Greymane Ana is super low as well, but meanwhile the Orphea is able to stay decently healthy using her passive auto-attacking after casting abilities to gain health back. Ooh. Chen backing after 550. It was. Both teams going back and forth pretty nicely here. Greymane stepping out just a little bit. Gets stunned by the Diablo. Flipped over, but does Eternal Feast on the backline for the Sylvanas and Li Ming, but only gets one chomp off before they leave as well. 1,400 health left on Team A-MEI-ZING's Immortal. Can they stay in this and finish off the 11,000 on the enemy team?
It's tough for them because a lot of them are very low.
Orphea being able to poke out a lot during this has definitely helped out. Meanwhile, Li Ming looks like she's going to try to wrap around and just finish this in one quick go. But Team A-MEI-ZING sniffs it out at least a little bit. They were able to sleep the Chen, but Li Ming is able to snap the objective in the back. Meanwhile, Rhaegar goes down to the CC. APOC hitting the Yrel, and that ends up being her lifeblood. But meanwhile, Greymane is setting off a lot of abilities here, including getting the reset on go for the throw. Stormward Fire coming out with a low Chen. She's going to go on Ana again. 100 health, 180 health on the Diablo as he leaves. Orphea able to punish the Stormward Fire just a little bit as he's grouped up.
Man.
My voice is going away already. I don't know if I can handle a game 3. But I'm excited to see it as these teams are going back and forth very nicely.
I don't know if I can cast this.
Greymane able to share this a little bit with 25 stacks on Wizened Duelist as he has not died yet since picking it up.
25 stacks?
25 stacks.
Wow.
It caps at 30. He's at 25% bonus auto attack damage.
That Chen really should have. Oh no, the Orphene.
Orphea is fine in facing this Chen. I was more worried about the Mal'Ganis with the Diablo because the enemy team was there. Meanwhile, Yrel is able to soak up the top lane while the Dread Pirates has no one there. Looking for the race to 16.
They can take this fort. They'll definitely get 16 off of it.
Yes. There goes the fort. That is more passive XP going over in favor of Dread Pirates as they gain the passive XP percentage advantage.
They need to get someone up on that top lane to get all that.
4-man sleep coming out from the Mal'Ganis, but no follow-up as this team was still behind their own wall here.
They are going straight for their camp, for the Bruisers.
Down 16, even Talontiers. If you want to fight, this could be their chance to take it in this choke point. You have a chance for different things to pop up. Eternal Feast on the objective here, on the camp. I mean, lots of values. He keeps going. Ancestral landing on the Diablo. Right as he was at super low health. Orphea is super low. Yrel forced to use absorbing in the background. Meanwhile, Orphea is able to survive off of the Stormer Fire using their level 13 talent to heal if anybody's in their range. if they kill the 120 health, nope, their Storm of Fire times out before they're able to kill the last 120 health on it.
Oh man.
But Chen's sitting super low, stagger time, it runs out, he's trying to drink through it, but just dies.
Oh, that is not what the Pirates wanted. That was a very bad idea on their part.
They got a little greedy going for that camp. Meanwhile, it looks like the exact opposite has a chance to play out, but those choke points favoring Orphea's Eternal Feast above all else, and Rhaegar falls to the dirt burst of Greymane Orphea, and that's 30 stacks on Wisdom Duelist for Greymane, as he also picks up Executioner.
Dread Pirates are doing so well by just losing those two camps.
Yeah, they
kind of turning around for them.
A lot of momentum lost there.
They got to be very careful. They want to, win this.
Sylvanas getting super low there, but is able to get out. Oh man,
lost no support and tank for Dread Pirates right now. They got to be careful not to lose anyone else.
Meanwhile, Greymane is able to force all the way to the halftime while Urel's still soaking XP, trying to get him all the way to 20 by the time they end this game. My bow tie is coming off in all of this excitement.
That is what Wizard Duelist does with 30 stacks on it. Just destroys. And if Dread Pirates want to, do something, they gotta kill that Greymane.
Orphea getting stunned, maybe trying to CC, but she instead falls down to the Rhaegar. That is just a perfect CC chain that they needed to kill her off. Creep out coming out and actually hitting the Urel. With the sleep from Hunter CJ and the Mal'Ganis is able to peel the backline, while the rest of his team is able to kill off the Chen.
Yeah, the Chen was not able to get Storm Earth and Fire on time before the stun came out.
It's definitely a pick or choose what you want there. It looks like Dread Pirates is going to try to wrap around, maybe get this Ana as they are able to land the Chen stun. And she's super low. She's at 120 health, and she does end up falling. The Essential goes out on Rhaegar, saving himself. Meanwhile, the Sylvanas has to leave as she's at 25%. Diablo at 30 health and dies. That was Nano Boost on the Mal'Ganis going to work there. Meanwhile, the Greymane at 30 stacks and Wisdom Duelist is still living a life.
Is just tearing apart their tanks.
Yeah, he's at 49. He's about 200 damage behind the Sylvanas. Meanwhile, Orphea's sitting at 60,000.
Was able to get out, and that Sylvanas is going straight for that Mal'Ganis.
With the full Q build, full Q build. That's kind of what the talents you need. Able to do a lot of damage to a single target. Meanwhile, Chen is showing back up. Meanwhile, Sylvanas is also getting super low. Aerith is immortal.
Sylvanas is down.
Storm Chomp is getting out for a couple. Greymane dies. That's the reason when he loses half his stacks on Mal'Ganis. Meanwhile, Chen is Storm Earth Fire is down to one less guy, and he's getting super low, but it times out again. He's at 3/4 health now on the backline on Orphea.
Mal'Ganis is all reset.
Meanwhile, Urel is peeling in the backline at 690 health, but Mal'Ganis is able to sleep the Rhaegar. It has the absorb up, so it doesn't matter if you're throwing damage. She's actually healing from it. She's at 300 health and does fall to the Chen.
They gotta stop going for the team and start worrying about their objective. They don't want it to push so far. Really nice job on Dread Pirates' part for taking out a lot of the teammates for A-MEI-ZING.
Yeah, Team A-MEI-ZING lost a lot of threat there with the Greymane losing half his stacks of Wisdom Duelist. And
exactly.
this Urel has also been doing a lot of work for them. It's a race to 20 at this point, as Ana and Orphea are actually, well, Orphea's backing, but Ana is soaking top lane for them. And this Immortal's at half health and does get the fort, tying up the building structure damage in terms of just large buildings again. And that's about as much as it's going to get. And it's going to get one auto attack off on the tower in the bot lane. Meanwhile, teams look like they're going to be swapping top and bottom camps once A-MEI-ZING goes up there and finishes that off.
Are you surprised on how far Dread Pirates have gone? Did you think that A-MEI-ZING actually would have, their team comp would be a lot more better than the Dread Pirates?
I mean, based on team comps, it would be pretty close, but both teams just holding in there, keeping it very close. It's a 2-kill difference going over to Team A-MEI-ZING right now, as they do pick up level 20 about a quarter of a level faster than Dread Pirates.
Yeah, but Dread Pirates are definitely catching up. A-MEI-ZING's gotta, do something really quick. Probably won't have enough time to do it before Dread Pirates get to level 20.
I don't think they'll have time, as Dread Pirates is soaking. They're staying around at S5 here. These camps picked up a little bit early, so that way they can just get the XP and start using it as a bait. As Team A-MEI-ZING is looking for Team Dread Pirates. We have Storm, Earth, and Fire's upgrade picked for Chen, as he's going to look to really be able to shred a target now.
Oh man, and Withering Barrage for Sylvanas.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage coming out if she's got full stacks on a target.
Seeking Swarm for Mal'Ganis. You know, right after it's all is over, just some bats and come sleep some more targets.
Armored Stance picked up for the Ana, as she will gain 25 armor when she is crouched down and slowed, which could help her against this Chen. We will see how that plays out.
Amazing.
In this fight that looks like it's about to shortly, as the objective spawns and A-MEI-ZING's already there on it.
A-MEI-ZING's gotta watch out. Their core is starting to get taking some damage. My bad. Their keep is starting to take some damage.
Chen's going in with that lightning shield from the Greymane to get in some extra damage. Neither team taking that much damage, as Diablo does charge the Mal'Ganis. Sleep coming out, hitting 1, 2. APOC coming out, hitting nobody. Orphea is... I didn't even see what hit him killing him. Orphea is getting super low and it does dies to this Chen. Sword with Fire with level 20 upgrade is just shredding people left and right if it has the ability to. They kill 2 off of the mini Chens, but 1 survives, and that's all he needs, as it does respawn him with full health this time. Sylvanas is super low as she was in the backline and dies.
Bottom keep is down by A-MEI-ZING.
Dread Pirates has taken a keep, yes. Oh, man. Another fight that just went back and forth a little bit before one team just got that first kill. The 2 katas that are there take the middle tower out instead of going for the course. That gives Team A-MEI-ZING a little bit more cushion room to just finish off this objective. Meanwhile, it looks like Dread Pirates are going to just hit the objective a little bit so it has less shielding to try to defend against it with.
Man.
This would be a good time to have Medevac to backdoor with.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Rel going back in to clean that up.
No minions, too, for A-MEI-ZING. All of them are all the way back, too, so it's just all Dread Pirates.
They will get there, but probably not for a little while, as there is no waves between, well, there's 1 turret camp, or 1 kata that just died, between it and the objective, so we'll walk down the lane, but it will take it a couple seconds to get here. That is for sure. Luckily, they have plenty of shielding on this Immortal to hit it with. 1 tower down already. There goes the gate as well on that auto. It's still in range form, as it still has shields left on this Immortal. It is shredding. That's the entire wall gone. This lets A-MEI-ZING walk in just like they want to. Greymane is back up to 20 stacks on Wiz and Duelist.
How many stacks do we have down to Diablo?
He's just finished all of his. Ooh, this is the level 20 carrying, so we're going to come out and sleep some targets here. He hits the Rhaegar.
That's the Rhaegar. Oh, man.
Meanwhile, Chen's getting stunned on one side, and Diablo's taking a lot of damage on the other. But both teams be able to heal back up a little bit. 40% on core, 30, 28, 25, 22, 18, 6, 3%. That is game going over to Team A-MEI-ZING.
Dread Pirates just did not get enough damage on that Immortal right at the end. Oh, man. What an amazing game played by both teams.
Yeah, that one was very back and forth. It was a lot closer than the first team. If Dread Pirates was able to squeeze it out, it would have been interesting to see what they could have done in a Game 3 scenario.
Yeah. Just, they did not do any enough damage to the objective, which was able to, tear down their, oh my goodness, how could I forget?
Alright, we do have an interview coming in with Hunter CJ, the tank player for Team A-MEI-ZING here. So we're going to move down into the Nexus, into Lobby 1 of NGS Discord.
I just went to Lobby 1.
Okay, now I see.
Oh, it is the interview Lobby 1.
Yeah, well, this is easier. Alright, hopefully Speed realizes where we are and shows up.
Alright.
So those games, though, you guys really snowballed Game 1, and Game 2 was very back and forth for a while there, and then you guys managed to pull it out. How are you feeling?
Game 2 was really sloppy. Game 1 even too, but
We forgot
Yeah, that
about
was the
Shin.
main thing. Yeah.
We forgot he existed, and poor BN just got bodied.
Bien was able
Dude,
to fight, managed to survive in one of those fights at 60 health, and then was able to stay there and sustain in that
Yeah.
top one of the top lane fights.
Yeah, he's good at surviving, but man,
He made it
Chin's
really tough
not
for him.
fun to have. Yeah, Chin's not a fun hero to face if you're a squishy hero. Like, cause we couldn't even. There was one time when Uriel stopped his ulti, but it's hard to interrupt his ulti, and if you don't interrupt it, he's already a hard hero to kill, and you pump so many resources into killing him, and then he ultis and he has full health again practically
Yeah,
with
I
an
did not,
AoE root and more damage and stuff.
I did not realize because I haven't played since the Chen rework how much damage Stormer from Fire does. It is ridiculous now.
Not only that too, but his stagger, the E ability, if you stagger beforehand and then ulti, it erases all the damage you're gonna take when you staggered. So you pretty much can get like 3 health bars out of it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Did not know that.
Yeah, there's a Storm League fact for anyone watching. If you're playing Chin, you go in, you make sure they blow all their CC first, but press stagger, take like half your health and stagger damage, and before it pops where you start taking the damage, you do Earth, Wind, and Fire, and it's all gone. So you can, whatever that damage was going to be staggered, it's just converted into health.
So you had Yrel in both games, and both games seemed to do really well. Both games soaked a lot more XP than anyone else in the game. In game 2 was 6k. In game 1 it was 10k XP soaked on the Yrel over anyone else. Is that just something your offlaner does really well? Is just getting that XP, or is that something you guys managed to figure out how to get her that extra numbers or them that
Yeah,
extra?
and
You can talk about Mark. Tempest, you in here?
Yeah.
I mean, the higher level we get, the better we play in terms of like map awareness as a format. So we can, by playing smart as a format, we can allow Uriel to soak that a lot more. Basically, the more awareness we have, the more of a leash that offlaner has to get the XP. And I mean, we gave Nuke that leash, and he did a phenomenal job with it.
That he did.
Yeah.
That he did.
Yeah, and it was really crazy. Just you guys literally just taking camps nonstop, and especially having all 5 items on each one of your heroes.
We started littering camps all over.
guys,
Yeah.
You guys literally just started planting turrets every
Yeah.
time you just took a camp.
We should have been sent to the gulags. We were littering stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And actually, when you took the objective A and your Garrosh literally threw the turn right onto the
Tower.
the wall. Yeah,
My-
right there. I was just like, wow. never
My
seen
team
that.
was really confused because they didn't know you could do that. So
I didn't know either. I had never even considered that as an option of something you could do. So
you can't do it for some reason. A, you can't do it to enemies, so you can't toss an enemy turret out. And B, you can't toss a heal camp. But for some reason, you can ally toss your turrets.
It's probably because it's coded as a mercenary, and you can
But-
throw allied mercenaries.
But you can't throw the enemy one. Is the confusing part to me.
you also can't. No, you can. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a really interesting interaction. I had never even considered that. Thinking of trying it. So
Now-
that's an interesting take on how to use that camp. That's for
Now,
sure.
What map did you guys pick?
We
Like
picked
Volskaya.
Okay. Any reason why you consider that map?
We like the team fight, and Volskaya forces them to team fight.
And you did it
And-
pretty well. They were looked like they were landing all their R buttons pretty consistently with the Ring of Frost and the Graviton and the Starfall. But you guys were able to tank through it and win all of those fights pretty heavy-handedly most of the time.
I was surprised they went for a Wombo comp because if they catch me in it, because I was playing Garrosh, and I picked Garrosh like fairly early too, and they picked Wombo into that.
Yeah.
All I have to do, because Zarya's doesn't stun, and neither does Jaina, I can cleanse out of it, and I'm unstoppable, and then toss an ally out, and that's 2 people out of the Wombo immediately. So unless they're hitting like 5 people or not 5, but like 4 people consistently, Like losing 2 people out of the Wombo is such a big deal. I was surprised they went for a comp like that.
Yeah. You guys in the first game, Snap picked the Anduin. Why? What was your thought process on that Snap pick?
The end likes Anduin.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Alright.
sometimes you just gotta go with the pocket picks.
Yeah.
It's also it was good with the tanks we considered, and it's something we practiced. And we were also thinking about another few picks that would have gone with it, but because of their comp, which was honestly a very unique comp, like they pulled something out that I haven't seen in a long time.
It was very interesting.
Double support.
Yeah.
Basically double support, double mage, which was very
Yeah.
intriguing.
It was interesting, but their comp made it so we didn't want to pick what we had planned to, but we picked Anduin early, and honestly, I think Anduin's really good, especially in the right hands. Like he pumps out a lot. He's like Anna, where he pumps out a lot of healing, and doesn't have too bad of mana issues while doing it. But he also provides the save button with his D, and then has like a pretty good CC mechanic for follow up. So if you pair him with like an ETC or a Garrosh or something, and the Garrosh or ETC communicates effectively, you can get a good CC chain going for sure.
Was able to also land a lot of light bombs. I believe they kept throwing them on Maev or Urel, but was consistently hitting about 3 people with light bomb, which definitely helped in all of those team fights, getting that extra stun on them. For sure.
Yeah, any like high mobility hero that can dive into their team freaking loves light bomb and comps.
Yeah.
You
Also,
you jump in and you just stun them to death.
Now,
he put light bomb on himself and pressed W and ran at him because he got the movement speed, and he got like a 2-man with that. He was yelling
I
as he
think I
did
saw
it.
that in one of those fights. I was like, we just diving straight in.
Yeah, he ran in. It was the last fight, I think. When
Well,
we got
yeah, with
2-man.
that three level lead, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, might as well.
Now, after game 1, I know you went like 15-0, and then game 2 it was pretty even. Like, were you expecting it to be like that? Like after how game 1 went?
No, especially after early game. I wasn't sure if it was because of the lag or what, but they just gave us laning. But then when team fights rolled around, they played really well around the Chen. I think pre-10 we were just dominating, but once they hit 10 and Chen got the double health bars and could just sit on BN, because he's such a good dive hero, especially against Ana, because Ana can't really run. I think they played around their comp very well. The only thing we should have done better, the major thing we should have done better to counteract it would have been to just CC Chin when he went for his ulti. I think we did it a few times. Like, we killed him once because Urel did it.
Urel did it once, Melganis did it once, at least, that we saw.
You guys actually, I felt like Dread Pirates are having it, but right when they kind of were feeling greedy and try to take your camp.
15 to 15 fight, yeah, it definitely felt like very much like the turning point. You guys got control back of the map and were able to hold it for the rest of the time, pulling it out of that back and forth.
You were losing it, but right there is when things started to turn around, and especially when your Greymane had Birdie, his full stacks, of his quest, is really tears apart the tank on the enemy team.
Yeah, I mainly went for it just because I knew we were going to be losing race without it, and against the leaving, I don't really want to be poking with the extra auto attack range anyway. So, and then it just helps out in fights when you're able to be safe and stack up. I nearly cried when I died and lost those 15 stacks.
It was definitely a heart-wrenching moment to see you lose all that work. As someone who plays auto attack Hanzo, sometimes I get that.
It's not easy to get all 30 stacks.
Alright, so thank you for joining us. Thank you for the entertaining 2 games. Good luck for the rest of the season. Starting that series, there was actually only a 1 map difference between the 2 teams. So definitely felt like that in game 2. Game 1 was a little bit more one-sided. It felt like as you guys were able to get a lot of those camps early and fast and snowball and XP lead pretty significantly.
Yeah, they were good games. I thought both games were pretty nice.
Any shout outs you want to do before we end here?
Tempest, you can go first with the shoutouts.
First shout out to Grauman's brother. I'm actually subbing in for Grauman today. Grauman's brother's at the hospital with an ankle injury. You guys can send him like your best wishes and all and prayers, or I guess not prayers. He's not denying, but just good feelings.
Yeah.
Hurt his ankle.
All right.
I want to shout out everyone in the Twitch chat. Thanks everyone for coming by and supporting NGS. Really means a lot to the teams, especially, and I'm sure the casters as well. That there's still such a big following for Heroes Esports. I know the Heroes Hype tournament just ended, and I have a lot of friends that played in that, and I even played in a few of them. Those are really fun, and I hope the Heroes community keeps staying strong. I think it will with the new interesting heroes coming out. And also, I want to do a special shout out to Mosey. He sticks around in all my chats and he watches all our NGS games that I know of. He says he does. I hope he does. But
Shoutouts to twitch.tv/HunterCJR.
All right. Yes, thank you for the host as well, Hunter. Before we start, we were running 16 for almost the entire series, so
nice, man.
For this being only the second cast on this channel since it started coming back, it's a lot and feels good. So,
especially being a co-cast for the first time was very interesting and exciting to do this.
Nice. Congrats to you guys, then.
All right. Well, that's all the time we got here, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
Thanks for
casting.